Hey, this clip is from the most recent Nick Simmons show. If you haven't heard it, I will link it in the description below. But today I'm giving you my golden rule of nutrition. I only have one rule. I don't subscribe to any diets, but this rule, it's important. Let's roll that clip.
I'm an athlete in college, and so I'm not a mid-distance or distance runner. I'm actually a sprinter, but I figured I could still ask you what you recommend for like managing nutrition really carefully, because on campus we don't have an athlete's like specified nutrition hall or anything like that. So we're just with what everyone else has.
I would love to answer that question. I always say you can ask me anything. It doesn't have to be running related. It certainly doesn't have to be about distance running. But first, I have to ask you a question. What's your name, not Ben?
My name is Lynn.
Lynn?
I might be able to change it. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Lynn, where do you go to school?
I'm at the University of New Mexico.
Oh, very cool. Is that in Albuquerque? Yeah, we used to train down there all the time. You live in a beautiful, beautiful place.
Oh, I love it here. So
many great trails. But, getting to your question about nutrition, especially at college, it can be so hard. When you've left your home and now you're kind of at the mercy of what they provide you at the school, it can be really, really tough. And I remember, when I went on to college and I went into the cafeteria, there's a lot of options. There are healthier options and there are certainly, less healthy options. At a school like New Mexico, though, I have to imagine you have multiple cafeterias to choose from.
We do not. We only have one.
Oh, no.
And it's really limited right now.
Yeah.
We only have like 4 stations available.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much the same.
Are you living on campus or off campus?
I'm on campus.
So you don't have a kitchen or anything available to you?
We do in our dorms.
Okay.
So I was gonna ask you how you recommend tracking that.
It's kind of the way I live my life today. Is I love eating out. I love my cheat meals, but I always feel like if I'm smart breakfast and lunch, then that takes care of 2/3 of my nutrition right there. So I try to eat really smart, well-balanced breakfast, very small, but just enough to fuel me for my workout. And then lunch is where I have an opportunity to really kind of dial in my nutrition. So I've been meal prepping a lot lately. I love a sandwich. I think that has, a lot of really good protein and carbs and a little bit of everything in it. But then, you have to ultimately decide at dinner time, what are you going to eat? And the cafeteria is going to have a lot of different options. Choose colorful. That's my number one nutritional piece of advice. When you look down at your plate, it should be colorful. If it's all browns and grays, you probably haven't followed that golden rule. So salads, do they have a great salad bar there?
We do, but it is only open to limited time throughout the day. So it'll
brutal.
Close.
Yeah.
It'll close after I think 8 p.m. It's gone.
Yeah.
And our practices, so my practice block, I'm got some time off right now due to injury, but was 1 to 5-ish.
Yeah.
So I
brutal.
Oftentimes kind of miss out on the lunch train, but.
Well, I'm going to really encourage you to focus on big, colorful portions, and time just right. Now, as athletes, a lot of time our timing is going to be different than the average person, right? If you have a training block from 1 to 5, eating a big lunch at noon is not an option for you. And it's one of the reasons why, as an athlete, I actually pretty much survived on 2 meals a day. So similar to you, I would have a massive training block from, I think, usually 2 to 5. So if I ate a big lunch at noon, that was not an option for me. I ate one big meal at about 9:30 or 10, and I ate another big meal at 6. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of dietitians are saying, you need to have 3 square meals a day. Well, as athletes, sometimes that's just not an option. So there's nothing wrong with curtailing your dietary, needs to your own unique schedule. And that may change from year to year as well. Does that help a little bit?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're an elite athlete. You've got to make your meals work for you, not the other way around.
Yeah. Thank you so much then. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, Lynn. Best of luck to you. Go Lobos.
Thank you. Go Lobos.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, I want to thank today's caller. If you want to call in and be part of the next Nick Simmons show, text me at the number below. I send out a text blast before every single recording. You can call in and ask me anything. And I really want to thank my Run Gum staff for helping me produce the show. Run Gum, it's like an energy drink, and this beautiful little packet, Wintergreen, can now be found nationwide at Walmart right at the cash register. Head to your local Walmart. Check it out. Thank you, Run Gum, and thank you guys. See you next week.